Hey guys, it's me, Delicious Delights. How are you? I'm doing great. Obviously, I'm not at home. I'm in this setting that you probably seen last year if you watch my videos. And I missed you guys, so I thought that I would do a review for you guys. I have some extra time. I felt motivated, so here I am. Hi! So let's talk about this fragrance. It's from the house of Amouage, and it's Bracken Woman. I have tested Bracken Man 2 times in 2 different perfumeries. The first time I thought it was gross. The second time I thought it was disgusting. I'm not really sure why. It just did not connect with me on any level whatsoever. I just thought it smelled bad. And maybe it's because I have very, very, very high expectations with Amouage, just as a house in general, because the price of this house and the luxuriousness of it, you know, you kind of have high expectations just automatically. And also their previous releases, you know, the first ones were excellent fragrances, but it just seems that with Amouage, with the exception of Sunshine Woman, which is my favorite fragrance, and also Sunshine Man, every other release that they've been pumping out lately have just been super meh and super disappointing, and I was hoping that Bracken Woman would not disappoint me. And let's get into this fragrance. It was released late 2016, and as I said, it's expensive. It's 100 ml, 290 euros, so it better be freaking good for that kind of price. What does it smell like? In the opening, the very, very first thing that I was reminded of when I first sprayed this on my skin is the fragrance from by Kilian Intoxicated. I have no idea what the notes in that fragrance are, but it just reminded me exactly of that. It doesn't smell exactly like that, but just the impact that it made on me, it just gave me the exact same feeling. They smell similar right in the first spray, the first seconds, but after that it kind of changes completely, and what I got on my skin is a very, very super spicy chai tea. When I say spices, I'm saying it smells like cinnamon and nutmeg. Those spices in particular. I think cinnamon would be the #1. So I'm thinking of having like a piping hot glass, a mug of chai tea, and having cinnamon sticks as the stir sticks, and the cinnamon kind of just dissolving into the tea. And that is the opening. Also in the opening, I'm smelling like, do you guys know in Valentine's Day they gave you those red hot hearts? They're like cinnamon, I'm not sure the name, red hots, I'm not sure what the name is, but they're very, very spicy cinnamon candies that are red. They're tiny and they're shaped into hearts. If you guys can remember what those tasted like, that's what this fragrance smells like on my skin, which is pleasing. I mean, I'm not like super blown away, but I think that it's an interesting smell. Yeah, it didn't really knock my socks off, so I was hoping for more, to be honest. Did you guys see the bottle, by the way? It's just so gorgeous. I will post a picture right here. It looked really cheerful and just, you know, strikingly bright, but when I sprayed this on my skin, it wasn't so cheerful. It was actually pretty serious and not so bright, kind of more on the dark, spicy side. So after a while, after the imagery of those candies and of the chai tea and the cinnamon and the spices kind of went away, what I got on my skin was a very nice woodsy kind of smell. The spices are still there, but it's mostly woods, like just a big chunk of wood, like a big chunk of wood from the forest, the bark. And if you were to sprinkle some cinnamon and nutmeg on top of that, that's what the mid of this fragrance smelled like to me. Also very pleasing, but it just didn't really move me. It didn't like really give me any emotions whatsoever. All I thought was like, that's a nice smell. It's just that though. No emotions, no connection, no imagery, not, you know, not like vivid imagery of things in my past, nothing like that. It's just very pleasantly okay smell. What I do like about this fragrance though so far is that it comes off as very real. Like there's nothing fake about this fragrance. The chai tea, it really does smells like an authentic cup of tea, and those candies that I talked about, and the cinnamon, it comes off as like very real. So it feels like the ingredients used in this fragrance, they feel like they're really high quality, if that makes sense. And I really appreciate that because there's a lot of fragrances that come off as smelling synthetic, and I hate using that word because we all know that the synthetics are very important in perfumery today, but there are some fragrances that just smell like awful, and sometimes I think awful equals synthetic for some, just automatically. But this fragrance smells very real. It feels very warm and comforting and homey and familiar, and just really safe, if that's the word. This is a very safe fragrance. Okay, in the dry down, you guys, what comes is you get a very nice, rough, dirty leather that starts to emerge in the dry down, which is very unexpected. I was not expecting that at all. But it was a nice surprise going from the woods in the mid. And with this leathery smell, I'm still getting that cinnamon and the nutmeg kind of spicy thing. So what I was thinking is the same thing, like a nice, big, rough and hard piece of leather sprinkled on top with some cinnamon and some nutmeg. And that's basically it. Again, I don't really have any like strong urges or surges of emotion or anything or connection, but that's just me. But I do think that it smells pretty good, but not like amazing or mind-blowing or anything like that. In the very end stages of this fragrance, I do get a very interesting kind of green character that comes out, but it doesn't really smell good to me anymore. I'm getting kind of sick of this fragrance at this point. There's like a green, it's like a green moss kind of comes out, and honestly, it kind of starts smelling like a wet basement, like a moist wet basement because of that moss. And I do like mossy smells, but it just feels like it didn't really fit in with the whole spicy wood leather thing. It's kind of like, how do I explain it? It's kind of like this fragrance is kind of all over the place because, like I said in the beginning, it's like almost a gourmandy spicy chai tea with the red hot candies and the cinnamon, and then it goes into a nice and pleasing woods fragrance, again with the spices, but then it gets green in the end and it starts smelling like wet basement. It's just too much things going on, you know. And I do like complicated fragrances, but I think that there has to be like an underlying theme, and it just felt like with this fragrance it was just all over the place, like jumping from one theme to another, which for me didn't really tell a story, you know. It didn't feel connected. It just felt disjointed, kind of just like, okay, let's make this beginning this way. And you know, I mean, some people might appreciate that kind of journey that this fragrance will put you on, but for me it just felt like very disjointed and not connected, also with the transitioning on my skin anyway. So I don't know, I'm curious what you guys think about this fragrance. If you guys have tried it, can you let me know in the comments below your thoughts about it? I'd really love to hear your opinion. Would I buy it? No. Would I recommend you to buy it? Well, I don't really recommend anything to. I just want you guys to test it out for yourselves. Don't believe me. I just tell you my simple opinion about fragrances, but I always say, please don't take my word as truth. Try it for yourself and decide for yourself whether you like a fragrance or not. But if you guys just want my honest opinion, I don't think I would get this fragrance. It doesn't resonate with me whatsoever, so that's just me. But I do really appreciate the fact that this fragrance feels very real and authentic. And you can just smell that it's very a high quality fragrance. So that's all I'm going to say about this fragrance. I hope you guys are doing well. Please stick around because I might do some more reviews just like this. But I just wanted to say hi and yeah, hi. And I'm going to say bye. Bye.